Have you ever stepped into a home and felt instantly at peace, wrapped in a scent that feels like a warm hug? Maybe it's the crisp smell of fresh linens or a hint of citrus that takes you back to your childhood kitchen. That's the magic of a home that smells great. It lifts your spirit, soothes your soul, and makes every moment feel special. But as we age, keeping our homes fresh can feel like a puzzle. Today, I'm sharing 10 five-star hotel secrets to make your home smell amazing, simple, affordable, and perfect for seniors. Stick with me, because by the end, you'll have a trick up your sleeve that'll make your neighbors ask, "How does your house always smell so good?" Let's dive in. Tip 1. Let fresh air in the morning reset. Picture this: you wake up, shuffle to the kitchen in your cozy slippers, and fling open a window. A cool morning breeze dances in, carrying the scent of dew-kissed grass or maybe a hint of jasmine from the neighbor's garden. In just 10 minutes, your home takes a deep breath, sweeping away the stuffy smells of last night's dinner or that closed-up feeling from a long sleep. This is the secret five-star hotels swear by: fresh air flow that makes every room feel crisp and alive. And for us seniors, it's the easiest, most joyful way to give our home a daily spa treatment without spending a dime. Why does this matter? It's not just about banishing odors, it's about renewal. As we age, mornings become our quiet sanctuary, a time to savor life's simple pleasures. Opening a window invites nature's gentle touch into your space. Think birdsong, a soft breeze, or the smell of fresh laundry from childhood. It clears dust, mold spores, and stale air, which is a game changer for allergies or breathing issues. Plus, it boosts oxygen, making you feel more alert and ready to tackle the day. Mentally, it's like flipping a switch. The breeze chases away stress, lifts your mood, and even helps you sleep better by keeping humidity in check. And the best part? It's so simple. Just crack open the kitchen or living room window while you sip your morning tea or water your plants. Here's how to make it work. Every day between 6 and 8 a.m. when the air is coolest, open one window for 10-15 minutes. If you can, open two for a cross breeze. It's like giving your home a big hug from the outside. If mobility's a challenge, keep a lightweight stool nearby or ask a grandchild to help. No windows accessible. Place a small tabletop fan by a cracked window on low speed to pull in that fresh air. Make it a ritual. Do it while brewing coffee or humming to the radio. For safety, check the weather to avoid rainy or dusty days and ensure windows are secure to prevent strain. Want to level it up? Place a pot of mint or basil near the window. When the breeze flows, it'll carry their peppery, fresh scent through your home like a natural perfume. Let me share a story. My grandmother, bless her, had this morning habit in her countryside home. At 75, she'd hobble to the kitchen, her arthritis slowing her down, and open the window above the sink. "Grok," she'd say with a wink. Yep, that was her nickname for me. "The house needs to breathe just like us." The breeze would swirl in, mixing the scent of her jasmine garden with her steaming tea. It wasn't just fresh, it was alive like her spirit. Even when her hands got shaky, she'd ask me to help, saying, "A fresh house keeps my heart young." I tried her trick in my city apartment years later. One morning, I opened my balcony window and the air swept away the lingering curry smell from dinner. It felt like Grandma was there, whispering, "See, it works." Now I stick a colorful post-it on my fridge, "Let the house breathe," to remind me. It's my daily dose of joy, and I swear it makes my coffee taste better. This tip is pure magic because it's effortless, free, and feels like a luxury. You're not just airing out smells, you're inviting the world to say, "Good morning." It's a small act of love for your home and yourself, sparking memories of gardens, vacations, or your mom's laundry drying in the sun. For seniors, it's empowerment. You're in control of your space, no fancy gadgets needed. Try it tomorrow, open a window, take a deep breath, and feel your home come alive. You deserve a space that says, "Today's gonna be a great day." Tip 2. Control moisture, the hidden enemy of freshness. Ever notice a room that smells a bit off, like old books or forgotten laundry? That's moisture, the sneaky villain creeping into your home, especially in bathrooms, kitchens, or closets. It's the hidden enemy of a fresh-smelling space, turning cozy corners into musty traps. Five-star hotels know this and fight back with high-tech humidity controls. But for us, it's all about simple, senior-friendly tricks that pack a punch. By keeping moisture in check, you're not just banishing bad smells. You're creating a home that feels light, clean, and oh so inviting, like a warm embrace on a crisp morning. Why is this such a big deal? Moisture doesn't just make your home smell tired. It can harm your health and your space. For seniors, Damp air can worsen allergies, irritate lungs, or even trigger joint discomfort in humid weather. It also invites mold and mildew, which cling to walls, fabrics, and furniture, making every breath feel heavy. But when you tackle moisture, you're doing more than cleaning, you're protecting your sanctuary. A dry, balanced home lets every scent, from your favorite lavender candle to fresh laundry, shine brighter. It's like setting the stage for a five-star experience right in your living room. Here, as how to win this battle step by step. After every shower, run the bathroom fan for 15-20 minutes to whisk away steam. Think of it as your home's personal hairdryer. No fan? Crack open a window or prop the door ajar to let air flow. In damp spots like closets or under sinks, place small bowls of uncooked rice or baking soda. They're like tiny sponges, soaking up humidity for pennies. For seniors, skip heavy equipment and opt for a compact, plug-in dehumidifier. Some are as small as a coffee mug and perfect for apartments. If that's not in the budget, open closets weekly to air them out, or ask a family member to help move heavy items. Check for warning signs, foggy windows, dark wall spots, or a soggy feel in the air. These are your cues to act fast. And here's a fun twist. Toss a few coffee grounds into a damp corner in a breathable cloth bag. They absorb moisture and add a cozy, roasted scent. Your closet will thank you. Let me share a story that brings this to life. My friend Mr. Hung, a spry 78-year-old, lived in a ground-floor apartment that always felt a bit damp. His bedroom closet smelled like an old library, and he'd joke, "I'm storing vintage air in here." I suggested he try the rice trick, just a bowl tucked behind his sweaters. A week later, he called me over, grinning ear to ear. "Grok, you're a genius," he said. The musty smell was gone, and he'd gotten fancy, adding a sprig of dried rosemary for a woodsy kick. But the real win? He said his morning cough had eased up, and he felt lighter just walking into the room. Inspired, he now checks his bathroom fan daily and keeps a tiny dehumidifier humming in the corner. "It's like my house got a second youth," he laughed. That's the power of controlling moisture. It's a small fix with big rewards. This tip is pure gold because it's so easy yet transforms your home from the inside out. It's not about fancy gadgets or endless scrubbing. It's about outsmarting moisture with tricks as simple as a bowl of rice or an open window. For seniors, it's empowerment. You're guarding your health, saving your furniture, and making your home a place where every scent pops. Imagine walking into a room that feels as fresh as a spring day, no matter the season. That's what you're creating, a space that says, "You're home and it's perfect." Try it this week. Pop a bowl of baking soda in a damp corner or let that bathroom fan work its magic. You'll be amazed how a little dryness makes your home feel like a five-star retreat. Tip 3. Use the power of plants and nature's perfume. Imagine your home filled with the soft, earthy scent of fresh herbs or the delicate whisper of blooming flowers. That's the magic of plants and nature's perfume. Your very own air fresheners, straight from the earth. Forget those chemical sprays that sting your nose. A simple pot of basil on your kitchen counter or a bowl of dried rose petals by your bedside can transform your space into a cozy, five-star haven. For seniors, this is a low-effort way to bring the outdoors in, wrapping your home in scents that soothe the soul and spark joy, like a stroll through a garden you never have to leave. Why is this so special? Plants don't just smell amazing. They're your home's quiet superheroes. They purify the air, filtering out dust and toxins, which is a blessing for seniors with sensitive lungs or allergies. Their gentle aromas, from mint's zesty kick to lavender's calming hug, ease stress and lift your mood, making every room feel like a personal retreat. For older adults, tending to a small plant or herb is a joyful ritual, a way to nurture something living that gives back tenfold. Plus, these natural scents last longer and feel softer than artificial sprays, creating a home that says, "You're safe, you're loved, you're home." Here's how to bring this magic to life. Pick a low-maintenance herb like mint, rosemary, or thyme. Tough little plants that thrive with minimal care. Place a small pot on a sunny windowsill or your dining table. Even a chipped teacup works as a quirky planter. Water them once or twice a week, and give their leaves a gentle rub to release their scent. If gardening's not your thing, try dried herbs or flowers. Fill a shallow dish with dried lavender or chamomile and set it in your bedroom for a sleep-friendly vibe. Want a quick boost? Snip a sprig of rosemary and tuck it into a napkin on your coffee table. It's like a mini forest in your living room. For seniors with limited mobility, ask a friend to pot the plant for you or buy pre-potted herbs from a local market. And here's a clever trick. place a few citrus peels like orange or lemon in a sunny spot. As they dry, they'll release a zesty, cheerful scent that brightens any room. Let me share a story that warms my heart. My neighbor, Aunt Mai, 82 and proud, had a tiny apartment that felt a bit stuffy. I gifted her a small mint plant, joking, "This'll make your kitchen smell like a fancy cafe." She placed it by her window, and every morning she'd brush its leaves while making tea, giggling as the minty aroma filled the air. "Grok," she said, eyes twinkling. "This little guy reminds me of my mom's herb garden when I was a kid." That plant became her buddy. She named it Peppy and even talked to it daily. Not only did her apartment smell fresh, but she said it gave her a reason to smile each morning. She later added a bowl of dried chamomile in her bedroom, swearing it helped her sleep like a baby. That's the power of nature's perfume. It's not just a scent, it's a spark of life. This tip is a total game changer because it's so simple yet feels like pure luxury. You're not just adding a plant, you're inviting nature to be your roommate, bringing beauty, health, and memories into your home. For seniors, it's a way to stay connected to the earth without heavy lifting or complicated care. Imagine the pride of seeing your mint plant thrive or the comfort of lavender lulling you to sleep. It's a 5-star secret that costs next to nothing but makes your home feel like a sanctuary. Try it this week. Grab a small herb, set it somewhere sunny, and let its scent work its magic. Your home will thank you and you'll feel like you're living in a garden paradise. Tip 4. A clean home smells like love. Walk into a home that's truly clean, and it's like a warm hug from someone you love. The air feels light, the energy soft and welcoming. A clean home doesn't just sparkle, it breathes love, chasing away the sneaky smells that hide in forgotten corners. 5-star hotels know this secret, scrubbing every nook to keep their spaces pristine. For us seniors, deep cleaning doesn't mean tackling the whole house in one go. It's about small, gentle acts of care that make your space feel like a sanctuary. When you dust a shelf or shake out a rug, you're not just cleaning, you're telling your home, "You matter and so do I." This tip is a game changer because it's about more than a tidy room. It's about nurturing your spirit. Dust, crumbs, and pet hair build up quietly, trapping odors in places you might not notice, like the top of a picture frame or under the couch. These tiny culprits can make your home feel heavy, even if it looks fine. For seniors, a clean space boosts health by reducing allergens that irritate lungs or skin. It also lifts your mood. There's something magical about a room that feels fresh and cared for. Plus, a clean home makes every scent, from your morning coffee to a scented candle, pop with clarity, turning your space into a 5-star retreat. Here is how to make it happen step by step. Pick one small task a week, maybe dusting the bookshelf or wiping down kitchen cabinets. Use a lightweight, extendable duster to reach high spots without straining, or grab a damp cloth for baseboards to catch sneaky grime. For rugs, take them outside and give them a good shake, or ask a neighbor for help. If mobility's an issue, focus on what's within reach, like vacuuming under a coffee table, or enlist a grandchild for the heavy lifting. Got pets? Run a lint roller over cushions weekly to catch fur before it traps smells. And here's a fun trick. Sprinkle a pinch of baking soda on carpets before vacuuming. It pulls out odors like a magnet, leaving your room smelling crisp. Break it down to fit your pace? 10 minutes a week can work wonders. Let me share a story that still makes me smile. My friend Mrs. Nga, a lively 76-year-old, had a living room that always felt a bit off. She didn't realize her ceiling fan was a dust magnet until her teenage grandson, Dai, offered to clean it during a visit. "Grok," she laughed. "That boy climbed up with a cloth and you'd think he found buried treasure." The dust was gone and the room felt brighter, fresher, like a weight had lifted. Now they make it a monthly ritual. Dai cleans the fan and Mrs. Nga wipes down picture frames, chatting and giggling the whole time. She says it's not just the clean air, it's the love they pour into the space together. That's what makes her home feel like a warm embrace every time she walks in. This tip is pure magic because it's so doable yet transforms your home from the inside out. You don't need to be a cleaning wizard. Just a few minutes of care can banish odors and make your space sing. For seniors, it's a way to stay active, feel proud, and create a home that feels like love in every corner. Imagine sinking into your favorite chair, breathing air as fresh as a spring breeze, knowing you made it happen. Try it this week. Pick one spot, a shelf, a fan, a rug, and give it a little TLC. Your home will glow and you'll feel like you're living in a 5-star paradise. Tip 5. Care for your fabrics, they remember everything. Your bed sheets, towels, and curtains are like silent storytellers. They remember everything. From last week's curry dinner to the damp air after a rainy day, fabrics soak up odors and hold on tight, turning your cozy home into a museum of smells. Five-star hotels know this and treat their linens like royalty, keeping them fresh and fragrant. For us seniors, caring for fabrics is a simple, loving act that makes your home feel like a warm, inviting embrace. With a few easy tricks, you can turn your linens into a source of joy, wrapping you in scents that spark comfort and calm. Why does this matter so much? Fabrics are the heart of your home's comfort. Think of slipping into crisp sheets or drying off with a fluffy towel. But when they trap odors, they can make your space feel heavy, even if it looks spotless. For seniors, fresh fabrics are a health boost, reducing allergens like dust mites that irritate skin or lungs. They also lift your spirit. There's nothing like the smell of clean linens to make you feel pampered. Plus, well-cared-for fabrics hold onto pleasant scents longer, turning your bedroom or living room into a five-star retreat without breaking the bank. Here, how to keep your fabrics as fresh as a spring breeze. Wash sheets and towels every 1-2 weeks using a gentle, unscented detergent. Harsh chemicals can wear them out. Add a teaspoon of white vinegar to the rinse cycle. It's a natural odor buster that leaves fabrics soft and clean. For a touch of luxury, mist your linens with a DIY spray. Mix water, a splash of vodka, and a few drops of eucalyptus oil in a small bottle. Lightly spritz pillows or curtains for a cool, spa-like scent. For seniors, choose lightweight cotton sheets to make laundry easier, and ask a family member to help with heavy loads. Store extra linens in a drawer with a bar of wrapped soap. Lavender or citrus works wonders to keep them smelling sweet. Got a musty blanket? Hang it in the sun for a few hours. Sunlight is nature's deodorizer, zapping odors like magic. Let me share a story that still warms my heart. My uncle, Mr. Bow 79 and full of stories, had a favorite armchair with cushions that smelled like years of coffee spills. "Grok," he sighed, "this chair's holding onto my whole life." I showed him how to spritz the cushions with a lemon vinegar spray and wash their covers with a drop of orange oil. A week later, he called me over, beaming. "It's like I'm sitting in a fancy hotel." He chuckled. He even started washing his curtains monthly, saying the sunny citrus scent reminded him of his childhood orchard. Now he keeps a soap bar in his linen closet, and every time he pulls out a towel, he grins like he's won a prize. That's the magic of fresh fabrics. They make every moment feel special. This tip is pure gold because it's so simple yet transforms your home's heart and soul. You're not just washing sheets, you're crafting a space that pampers you like a daily hug from your favorite person. For seniors, it's a low-effort way to stay active and feel proud of your home. Imagine curling up in bed, surrounded by the clean, zesty scent of eucalyptus, or pulling back curtains that smell like sunshine. Try it this week. Wash one set of linens, add a spritz of scent, and tuck a soap bar in your drawer. Your home will feel like a five-star getaway, and you'll be the star of the show. Tip 6. Use natural diffusers, the elegant touch. Step into a five-star hotel, and you're greeted by a soft, lingering scent that feels like a warm embrace. Never overpowering, always elegant. That's the magic of natural diffusers, your ticket to a home that smells like a spa without the chemical sting of store-bought sprays. For us seniors, these little jars of fragrance are a low-effort way to add a touch of luxury to any room, turning your space into a cozy retreat that whispers, "Relax your home." With a few simple ingredients, you can craft a scent that soothes your soul and makes every day feel special. Why is this such a game changer? Unlike harsh air fresheners that hit you like a perfume bomb, natural diffusers release gentle, consistent aromas that blend into your home's heartbeat. They're perfect for seniors, easing stress with calming scents like lavender or boosting energy with citrusy notes. They're also kind to sensitive noses and lungs, cutting out the synthetic stuff that can trigger allergies. Plus, making your own diffuser is a fun, creative project that feels like a little gift to yourself, a way to say, "I deserve a home that feels as good as it looks." And the best part, they last weeks, filling your space with love and elegance on a budget. Here's how to bring this chic trick to life. Grab a small glass jar, recycle an old jam jar for charm, and fill it with a mix of water, a tablespoon of rubbing alcohol or vodka if you're feeling fancy, and 10-15 drops of your favorite essential oil. Try lavender for bedtime calm, lemon for a zesty kitchen boost, or rosemary for a woodsy living room vibe. Insert a handful of bamboo skewers or rattan reeds and let the scent slowly climb into the air. Place your diffuser on a bedside table, by the front door, or near your favorite reading nook. For seniors, this is a no-fuss craft. Mix it once and it works for weeks. Refresh it by flipping the sticks every few days or adding a few more drops of oil. Want a rustic twist? Toss in a sprig of dried thyme or a cinnamon stick for a cozy, homemade touch that doubles as decor. Let me share a story that still makes me chuckle. My friend Mr. Lamb, a 77-year-old bookworm, used to grumble about his stuffy study. "Grok," he said, "it smells like my old encyclopedias are plotting against me." I helped him whip up a diffuser with orange and clove oil, setting it on his desk next to his reading lamp. A few days later, he called, practically giddy. "It's like I'm reading in a citrus grove," he said. He loved the ritual of flipping the sticks each morning, and the warm, spicy scent made his study feel like a private library in a fancy hotel. He even started making mini diffusers as gifts for his chess club, proudly showing off his secret recipe. That's the beauty of this tip. It's not just a scent. It's a spark of creativity and pride. This tip is pure elegance because it's so simple yet feels like $1,000,000. You're not just freshening your home. You're crafting a mood, a memory, a moment of joy. For seniors, it's a way to play, create, and make your space uniquely yours without heavy lifting or big costs. Imagine sipping tea in a room kissed by the soft scent of lavender or greeting guests with a zesty lemon glow at your door. Try it this week. Mix up a diffuser, place it somewhere you love, and let its gentle magic work. Your home will feel like a 5-star escape, and you'll be the master of its charm. Tip 7. Clean the air you cannot see. Your home as hidden. The air in your home is like an invisible river, carrying tiny bits of dust, pet dander, and even mold spores you can't see. When it flows through a dirty filter in your fan or AC unit, it's like drinking from a muddy stream. Suddenly, your space feels stale, no matter how much you clean. 5-star hotels keep their air crystal clear with top-notch systems. But for us seniors, a few simple tricks can make our home's hidden breath as fresh as a mountain breeze. By cleaning the air you can't see, you're giving your space a new life and making every scent in your home shine. Why is this such a big deal? Dirty air doesn't just smell bad. It can irritate your lungs, spark allergies, or make you feel sluggish, especially for older adults. A clean filter keeps the air pure, letting your favorite aromas, like blooming flowers or fresh linens, dance freely instead of getting lost in a dusty haze. It's also a health booster, cutting down on sneezes and stuffy noses. For seniors, this is a low-effort way to take charge of your home's vibe, creating a space that feels light, healthy, and oh so inviting, like a cozy retreat you never want to leave. Here's how to make it happen step by step. Once a month, check the filters in your box fan, AC unit, or heater. If they're reusable, rinse them gently with warm water and a drop of dish soap, then let them air dry completely. Think of it as giving your fan a quick bath. If they're disposable, swap them out every 1–2 months, depending on use. For seniors, set a phone reminder or mark your calendar with a bright sticker to stay on track. If reaching filters is tricky, ask a family member or neighbor to help. It takes just a few minutes. Don't forget to wipe fan blades with a damp cloth. They're dust magnets that fling grime when they spin. Want a pro tip? Sprinkle a few drops of lemon essential oil on a clean filter before popping it back in. It'll give your air a zesty, clean kick as it circulates. Let me share a story that still makes me grin. My friend Mrs. Lynn, a spry 80-year-old, kept saying her bedroom smelled like an old attic. "Grok," she groaned. "I clean every day, but it's still off." I peeked at her ancient box fan. The filter was so dusty it looked like a furry blanket. We rinsed it together, laughing as the water turned gray. The next day, she called, thrilled. "It's like my room got a new pair of lungs." The air was crisp, and her lavender candle finally smelled like a flower garden. Now she checks her filter monthly, using a calendar sticker shaped like a star. "It's my little victory," she says, proud as can be. That's the power of clean air. It's a small fix that feels like a big win. This tip is pure magic because it's so simple yet transforms your home's entire vibe. You're not just cleaning a filter, you're unlocking the secret to air that feels as fresh as a spring morning. For seniors, it's a way to stay healthy and make your home a sanctuary without heavy work or big costs. Imagine breathing deeply, surrounded by scents that pop, knowing you made it happen with a quick rinse. Try it this month. Check one filter, give it a clean, and feel your home come alive. You'll be living in a five-star paradise and your lungs will thank you. Tip 8. Trash, the quiet culprit of unpleasant smells. Let's talk about the sneaky troublemaker in every home. The trash can. It's a quiet culprit, sitting innocently in the corner, but let it linger too long, and it'll turn your kitchen into a whiff of yesterday's fish dinner. Five-star hotels never let trash steal the show. They whisk it away daily to keep their spaces pristine. For us seniors, managing trash is a simple, powerful way to keep our homes smelling fresh and welcoming, like a cozy haven that says, "Come on in, everything's just right." With a few easy habits, you can outsmart those pesky odors and make your space feel like a breath of fresh air. Why is this so important? Trash doesn't just smell bad. It's a magnet for bacteria and moisture, which can make your home feel heavy and even attract unwanted critters like ants or fruit flies. For seniors, a clean trash routine is a health win, cutting down on germs that might irritate sensitive systems. It also lifts your mood. There's nothing like a kitchen that smells clean to make you feel in control. Plus, a fresh trash can set the stage for every other scent in your home, from your morning coffee to a scented candle, to shine without competition. It's a small act that delivers big comfort. Here's how to keep your trash in check, step by step. Make it a nightly habit to empty the kitchen bin, even if it's not full. Think of it as tucking your home in for the night. For seniors, use a small, lightweight trash can with a tight lid to make emptying a breeze. A 5-gallon bin is perfect for solo households. Once a week, scrub the inside with a mix of warm water and white vinegar. It's a natural odor killer that leaves no harsh fumes. Dry it thoroughly, then drop a slice of lemon peel or a cotton ball dabbed with tea tree oil at the bottom before adding a new bag. This little trick gives your bin a crisp, clean scent that lasts. Keep the bin away from eating areas, like tucking it under the sink or by the back door to keep smells from spreading. If you compost, store food scraps in a sealed container and empty it daily to avoid a funky surprise. Let me share a story that still makes me laugh. My friend Mr. Duck, a 74-year-old with a love for spicy noodles, had a kitchen trash can that could clear a room. "Grok," he groaned, "it's like my bin's auditioning for a stink award." I suggested he empty it every evening and try the vinegar scrub. He went all in, adding a lemon peel for flair. A few days later, he invited me over, proud as can be. "Smell that? Nothing." He grinned, pointing to his bin. The lemon gave his kitchen a sunny vibe, and he said it made cooking even more fun. Now he keeps a tiny jar of tea tree oil by the sink, calling it his secret weapon. That's the magic of a fresh trash can. It's a small change that makes your home feel like a 5-star kitchen. This tip is a total winner because it's so easy yet transforms your home's vibe in a snap. You're not just taking out the trash, you're banishing odors and creating a space that feels clean and cared for. For seniors, it's a low-effort way to stay on top of your home's freshness without heavy scrubbing or fancy gadgets. Imagine cooking dinner in a kitchen that smells as bright as a lemon grove, all because you outsmarted that sneaky bin. Try it tonight, empty your trash, give it a quick vinegar wipe, and add a citrusy touch. Your home will sparkle and you'll feel like the boss of freshness. Tip 9. Take care of shoes. Little details make a big difference. Your shoes are like tiny travelers, trekking through the world. Sidewalks, grocery stores, maybe even a rainy park, and they bring back stories in the form of odors. Left unchecked, they can turn your entryway or closet into a funky hideout, stealing the freshness from your home. 5-star hotels keep shoes out of sight and smells at bay with clever storage. And for us seniors, a few simple tricks can do the same. Caring for your shoes is a small detail that makes a huge difference, keeping your space as clean and welcoming as a sunny morning breeze. Why is this such a big deal? Shoes don't just carry dirt. They soak up sweat and moisture, creating earthy, sour smells that can creep into rugs, curtains, or even the air. For seniors, keeping shoes fresh is a health win, reducing bacteria that might hitch a ride indoors. It also keeps your floors cleaner, cutting down on dust and allergens that irritate lungs or skin. Plus, a fresh entryway sets the tone for your whole home. It's the first hug you get when you walk in, making every step feel like a warm welcome. This tiny habit turns your space into a cozy sanctuary without much effort. Here is how to keep your shoes from stealing the show, step by step. Set up a small, ventilated shoe rack by your front door. A simple bamboo one works wonders and looks chic. Take off shoes as soon as you come in to stop odors from spreading. Slip-on loafers or clogs are perfect for seniors to make this easy. Once a week, sprinkle a tablespoon of baking soda inside each shoe to soak up smells. Let it sit overnight, then shake it out in the morning. For washable sneakers, toss them in a laundry bag and run a gentle cycle with mild detergent, then air dry in the sun for a natural refresh. Got a musty shoe closet? Tuck in a small sachet of dried mint leaves or a cedar block. They're like odor-eating superheroes. If bending is tough, use a long-handled shoehorn or ask a family member to help with organizing. And here's a fun twist. Dab a cotton ball with a drop of vanilla extract and wipe the inside of your shoes for a sweet, cozy scent. Let me share a story that still tickles me. My neighbor, Mrs. Thigh, a vibrant 81-year-old, had a hallway that smelled like a gym locker. "Grok," she sighed, "my walking shoes are staging a revolt." I got her a small shoe rack and showed her the baking soda trick. A week later, she invited me over, practically dancing with pride. "Smell that? Nothing but fresh air." She laughed, showing off her tidy rack. She'd gone all out, adding a mint sachet to her sandal shelf, saying it reminded her of her old herb garden. Now she slips off her shoes the moment she walks in, and her hallway feels like a five-star lobby. "It's my little victory," she says, grinning. That's the power of this tip. It's a small change that makes your home feel big-time fresh. This tip is pure brilliance because it's so simple yet transforms your home's first impression. You're not just taming shoes, you're crafting a space that greets you with open arms. For seniors, it's a low-effort way to keep things clean and feel proud of your home's charm. Imagine stepping into an entryway that smells as crisp as a spring day, all because you gave your shoes a little love. Try it this week. Set up a rack, sprinkle some baking soda, and add a minty touch. Your home will shine and you'll feel like the keeper of a five-star welcome. Tip 10. Bring nature indoors, the healing power of purifying plants. Imagine your home filled with the quiet magic of green leaves, gently cleaning the air and lifting your spirits. That's the healing power of purifying plants, nature's gift to a fresher, happier home. Five-star hotels deck their lobbies with lush greenery not just for looks, but because plants like pothos, peace lilies, or snake plants are air-purifying superstars. For us seniors, adding a plant or two is a low-effort way to make your space feel alive, like a cozy garden nook that whispers, "You're surrounded by life and love." These green friends bring beauty, health, and joy to every corner. Why is this so special? Plants aren't just pretty, they're your home's secret weapon against stale air. They filter out dust, toxins, and even mild odors, which is a blessing for seniors with allergies or sensitive lungs. Their presence boosts your mood, eases stress, and adds a touch of pride as you watch them grow. For older adults, caring for a plant is a gentle, rewarding ritual, like nurturing a friend who gives back with cleaner air and a brighter vibe. Plus, they make every room feel fresh and inviting, turning your home into a five-star sanctuary without fancy gadgets or big costs. Here is how to bring this green magic indoors, step by step. Pick a low-maintenance plant like a snake plant, which thrives on neglect, or a pothos with cascading vines that add charm. Place it in a sunny corner, near a window or on a kitchen shelf works perfectly. Water once a week, using a small watering can to avoid strain, and wipe leaves monthly with a damp cloth to keep them dust-free. For seniors, choose a lightweight pot or ask a family member to help with setup. If mobility's a challenge, opt for a self-watering planter to make care a breeze. Want a fun twist? Name your plant and talk to it. Studies show it boosts your mood. Try a peace lily for a touch of elegance. Its white blooms and air-cleaning powers make any room feel like a spa. Just keep it away from pets, as some plants can be toxic. Let me share a story that warms my soul. My friend Mrs. Han, a lively 83-year-old, used to say her apartment felt flat. Grok, she sighed. It's clean, but it's missing something. I got her a small pothos, suggesting she place it by her reading chair. She named it Leafy and started chatting with it while sipping tea. A week later, she called, bubbling with excitement. It's like my room's breathing better, she said. The air felt crisper, and she swore her afternoon naps were deeper. She even added a second plant, a snake plant for her bedroom, claiming it made her feel like I'm sleeping in a forest. Now, she proudly shows off her green gang to visitors, beaming with joy. That's the power of plants. They're not just decor, they're companions that transform your home. This tip is pure brilliance because it's so simple yet feels like a luxury. You're not just adding a plant. You're inviting nature to be your partner, bringing health, beauty, and a spark of life to your home. For seniors, it's a way to stay engaged and create a space that feels vibrant without heavy work. Imagine sitting by a window, surrounded by the soft green glow of your pothos, knowing it's quietly cleaning your air. Try it this week. Grab a small plant, set it somewhere sunny, and give it a name. Your home will bloom, and you'll feel like you're living in a five-star garden paradise. These 10 secrets aren't just about making your home smell great. They're about creating a space that loves you back. Each tip, from opening a window to nurturing a plant, is a small act of care for yourself and your home. My biggest lesson: a fresh home starts with small habits. Pick one tip to try this week. Maybe it's a mint plant or a trash bin refresh, and see how it transforms your space. Share your favorite tip in the comments, or tell us a scent that brings back memories. If this inspired you, hit that subscribe button. We're building a cozy community at the Senior Nest, and you're part of it. Until next time, keep your home fresh and your heart full.